in the U.S. are affected by drunk driving every year. According to InjuredFacts.com, in 2018, 10,511 people were killed in alcohol-related accidents. That really shocked me because I feel like I see so many commercials and so many radio ads about how to stay safe and how not to drunk drive, and there's checkpoints on the highway to make sure nobody's drunk driving. And literally I was just driving around last night listening to the radio and I heard a commercial on it. So I feel like there's so many things in place to not let this happen and it's still happening. So like, why is it still happening? So to put that number to perspective, according to UCMO.edu, 11,000 students attend this university. And I did the hard math, and that's 500 less were killed than the amount of people that go to our school. And that's crazy, just looking out the window and seeing everyone walking around. That's a lot of people. And I feel like with apps like Uber and Lyft, the numbers should be lower than what that is. And that's really scary because a lot of people killed were innocent. They didn't have any part in the drinking or intoxication, and they suffered the consequences. So, how does this relate to us? Well, we're all in college. Things happen. Everyone is doing new things, making new friends. They might fall into the wrong friend group. And some students try alcohol. I'm not saying I condone drinking, but I don't care what you do, but I want you to be safe about it because it can affect more than just yourself. We all did the alcohol EDU that took like 3 hours during the summer. That was boring. I was bored. But it's important. You need to know how alcohol affects us and how to stay safe. So my dad is a big guy. He's like 6'5", big guy. My mom, way smaller than me. Alcohol affects them completely differently. So someone might be able to drink a whole case of beer and be fine. And you might have one and not feel good. So you need to be aware of how alcohol affects you personally to make yourself and others safe. According to Chris Elkins, author of 1.4 million college students drink alcohol every day, the average college student has 4 drinks when they go out. If my mom had 4 drinks every time she went out, we would have a problem. It depends on what you're drinking. The alcohol content, like shots, obviously have a lot more than mixed drinks, which have less, but those are also dangerous because they're mixed. They taste good. They're very potent sometimes. It also depends on who you're with. College, you don't know everyone. Not everyone knows you. Some people might not have the best intentions for you. And you need to be aware of that because that's really important to know who you've been around, who's putting things in your drinks. And that's scary. As college students, you don't know what could happen. So you just have to be aware of who you're with if you're drinking and how much you're drinking to stay safe. And you also need to make sure your friends are being safe. If your friends have had a drink or two and they want to drive home, you need to make sure they don't because obviously that's putting everyone else at risk that maybe didn't even have a drink, but you're still putting them at risk. So there's a lot of resources available to students here to prevent drinking and driving accidents. There's a night rider that goes every 30 minutes, and all you need is your speed ID, and it has multiple stops to make sure you get home safely without having to drive somewhere, which I think is really convenient actually, like even if you just don't want to walk somewhere, you could use that. According to UCMO.edu, the SAFE team is available to walk you home until 2:30 a.m., which I don't want to stay up until 2:30 a.m., but they do, just to make sure you get home safely. And all you need is your student ID. They walk you back to your room. That sounds pretty nice to me. So there's a lot of ways to keep each other safe and to keep yourself safe. Just don't get in the car with someone that's been drinking because obviously it's not a good idea. And try to keep them from driving because that's putting other people at risk and that's really scary. Try to share information with your friends if you know that someone's been drinking and you don't feel comfortable with them driving or something. Make sure your friends know that so everyone is informed of the situation. This is all a time of learning and growth, but hopefully you don't have to learn the consequences the hard way of having lawyer and parent.